Most people think fashion success comes from good design, a great hoodie, the perfect jacket, and the trends of the season. But the truth, design gets you noticed once. Your story and how you make people feel is what makes them stay. Because people don't just buy clothes anymore, they buy into meaning, they buy into you. And today, I'm breaking down how to build a fashion brand that actually sells through story, community, and strategy. This is not about chasing trends, this is about building something timeless. If you've ever dreamt about creating a brand that stands for something and not just another label, this one's for you. Hey, I'm Acer Anderson and founder of Anderson Dewal Communications, and I have spent over 10 years in the fashion industry, from PR and brand strategy to retail and product development. In the last 5 years, I've helped brands go from an idea on paper to being stocked in stores, featured in the press, and most importantly, making profit. And the truth is, the difference between brands that make it and brands that don't often comes down to this. They know who they are, who they're speaking to, and what their story they're telling. So in this video, we're going to build that from scratch together. Fashion isn't about clothes, it's about people. Let's start with the biggest mindset shift. Fashion isn't about selling clothes, it's about selling identity. Think of it this way. If you remove the logo from your favorite brands, could you recognize them? You still know your Comme des Garçons pieces? You'd recognize your Fear of God silhouette? Or you could even tell the difference between a Vivienne Westwood cut? That's because strong brands speak to feelings. Fashion is about how someone sees themselves in your brand. Do they feel creative, rebellious, grounded, aspirational? It's the emotional link that keeps them coming back. An example, look at Amy Lee Dior. Yes, their clothes are high quality, but their magic is in the nostalgia. Their campaigns are cozy. It makes you think of New York in the fall. They're built on mood, not just a product. So before you design another collection, ask yourself, what emotion am I selling? Because when people feel the emotion and they connect to the product, the price becomes secondary. Your origins story is your superpower. Let's talk about why every iconic brand has a clear reason it exists. And it's not just, I like clothing. Simon Potter, French fashion designer and the founder of Jacquemus, built his brand around his home, the south of France, his childhood and his mother's influence. Virgil built Off-White on translation, bridging luxury and youth culture. Patagonia built its empire on sustainability and activism. Your origin story is your anchor. It keeps your brand authentic, and even as it grows, here's a formula. The spark. What moment made you start your brand? The problem. What gap did you see in the market or the culture? The mission. What are you trying to give to the people? The evolution. How has this purpose grown? An example, maybe you're building a minimalist menswear brand because you're tired of fast fashion and you want quality that lasts. That's your mission. Buy less, choose better. It's not just a tagline, it's a statement that can help shape your design choices, your marketing, and even your packaging. When you know why you exist, your audience knows why they should care. Don't build a brand for everyone, build a tribe. Here's a tough truth. If you appeal to everyone, you'll connect with no one. Strong brands don't chase masses, they build micro movement. Let's look at an example. Palace didn't set out to be global. It started with London skaters. Represent spoke directly to young men chasing ambition and the fitness culture. Glossier started as a beauty community, not a company, and the products came later. Your tribe doesn't have to be massive, it has to be specific. Ask yourself, who are my people? What do they talk about? What music do they listen to? What kind of spaces do they exist in, physical or digital? If you can answer those, your marketing becomes effortless because you're not selling to strangers, you're speaking to friends. Talk to your audience before you sell to them. Here's one thing new designers skip, the research. Most designers build in silence, then get frustrated when no one buys. The key, talk to your audience before you make anything. Start by setting up surveys or polls. Ask your followers, what brands do you wear right now? How much would you spend on a hoodie or jacket? What frustrates you about fashion today? What kind of lifestyle do you have? What do they do for work, hobbies, or what they do on the weekends? You can offer small discount codes or giveaways to encourage response, like get 15% off your first drop by answering these 5 questions. This does 2 things. Number 1, it builds warm, engaged, an audience before you launch. 2, it gives you real data on what people actually want. You can even go deeper by interviewing a few of your ideal customers on Zoom or in person. Record their language, how they describe what they like and dislike, because that's gold in your marketing later. The power of mood boarding, turning an idea into an aesthetic DNA. Let's move into the visual side. Mood boards are the fundamental of your brand identity. They're not just for designers, they're for everyone in your team, from marketing to production. A good mood board captures your brand's universe. Here's how to do it right. Step 1. Find the feeling. Pick 3 words. What do you define your brand? Maybe it's urban calm, gritty luxury, or romantic minimalism. Everything you collect, refine these feelings. Step 2. Source beyond fashion. Pull from architecture, street photography, color palettes, typography, music videos, interior design, or film. Fashion is culture, not just clothing. Build multiple boards. Have one for design inspiration, one for brand tone, and one for photography. That way, your story stays cohesive across every channel. Step 4. Share it. Show your mood board to friends or even early supporters. Does it evoke with what you want? This exercise might sound small, but it's how brands like COS or Fear of God stay so visually constant. Subcultures build movement, not just brands. Let's go deep into subcultures marketing. Subcultures are small, passionate groups that create ripple effects across the fashion industry. They are the ones that start trends before mainstream have even noticed. Think skateboarding. Skateboarding has shaped Supreme. Garage and football culture built Stone Island's legacy. If your audience overlaps with a subculture, music, sports, design, coffee, gaming, embrace it yourself. Example, let's say you're targeting an audience who are into skateboarding or BMX. Start by collaborating with real people in the scene. Offer them pieces from your collection. Film short interviews and post it on TikTok or Instagram. From the content, you'll learn where they shop, what they wear, and what kind of messages connects with them. These insights can even lead you to partnering with local stores or skate parks. Imagine creating a capsule collection with an independent coffee shop. Limited runs, shared to their audience, creates local buzz. That's how small brands build cult status. Because when you connect with a subculture, you're not just marketing, you're belonging. Independent retailers are your best friends. Let's be honest. Everyone dreams about being in Selfridges or Dover Street. But the truth is, independent retailers are where new brands grow. Here's why they matter. They take creative risks. They create based on story and not just sales. They connect to the community. Boutiques are more likely to champion you, host events, or introduce your brand to new audience. If you can secure yourself 3 to 5 stores that align with your vibe, that's a huge step. It's not just about volume, it's about alignment. Here's a tip. Before you pitch, visit the stores, understand their products and their price points, displays and styles, and who their audience are. Then craft your outreach like a story, why your brand fits with their community. Retailers love brands that bring their own audience. So build yourself a UCG or user-generated content strategy online. Actually make your wholesale pitch stronger. Buyers will ask who's wearing your products. If you can show them a feed full of real people, creators, baristas, photographers, musicians, it becomes undeniably. Community is the real marketing strategy. Forget billboards, forget massive budgets. Today's community is currency. When you build a loyal following, they believe in what you're doing. Your marketing becomes organic. UCG is the easiest way to start. Encourage customers to tag you, repost them, and make them feel part of the brand's journey. Don't just stop there. Collaborate with micro-influencers, people from 2,000 to 20,000 following who actually engage with their audience. Offer them affiliation links or discount codes so that they can earn commission. It's a long-term relationship that builds trust. For example, one of our agency clients built a program with 30 micro content creators. Within 6 months, their community-driven sales grew by 400%, and buyers started reaching out to stock them because we kept seeing people wear your brand online. The power is in community-driven marketing that fuels both direct sales, wholesale visibility. From emotion to execution, building a brand that feels alive. So now you've got the story, visuals, and community. Let's talk about how that turns emotion into sustainability. Here's a step-by-step. Define your story. Why do you exist and what emotions drives you? Map your audience. Where do they live, online and offline? Who influences them? Build the brand world. From the logo, your packaging to your playlist, it should all speak one language. Plan small, test big. Don't launch 100 products, launch 3 great ones. Build hype, gather feedback, and then expand. 5. Invest in community. Host pop-up events, partner with creative studios, or run a styling workshop. Remember, the brands winning in 2025 aren't just creative, they're connecting. Your brand's playbook, the fashion business Bible. Once you've done all of this work, document it. This becomes your brand's playbook. This is your Northern Star. What every team member, collaborator, or investor should understand includes sections like brand mission, the customer's profile, the demographic. This is who the customer is, such as their age, gender, location, education, income. The psychographic. This is a focus on why behind the purchase identity, including the personality traits, values, opinions, and interests. Their behavior. This describes how the customer interacts with the brand, covering purchase patterns, spending habits, and how they engage with their products or services. The tone of voice and the key phases, visual identity and design language, social media and campaign pillars, brand collaboration and partnership ideas. When you're writing this down, you're no longer figuring it out, you're leading with clarity. This is what makes brands look and feel professional. Real brand cases. Let's wrap up with a few quick examples. Emily Dior, built around storytelling, nostalgia, and community. Their collaborations with Porsche and New Balance weren't random. They were aligned with their aesthetic and their culture. Represent started as a small fitness-driven streetwear brand and evolved into a lifestyle movement. They focus on quality, content, and culture helps them move from hype to heritage. Patagonia, they don't just sell outerwear, they sell activism. These brands' purpose is so clear, customers become part of the mission. Each of the brands mastered the balance between creativity, clarity, and consistency. Final thoughts. So let's recap. Fashion isn't just about design, it's about people. Your story gives your brand meaning. Moodboards and audience research turns that story into visuals. Subcultures and community keep your brand relevant. Independent retailers build credibility and reach. And your brand's playbook keeps it all consistent. Do that and you're not just launching a brand, you're creating a legacy. I am Acer Anderson, founder of Anderson Dewal Communications, and this is what they don't teach you at fashion school. If this video helps you understand how to build your brand, identity, and story, hit subscribe, drop a comment, and share this with someone trying to build their label. Because fashion isn't just about what you make, it's about what you mean. I'll see you in the next one.